Good afternoon, and thanks so much for joining us for 12 News at 4. I'm Tram Mai.
I'm Mark Curtis. New at 4, a Phoenix man has agreed to a plea deal and will spend the rest of his life in prison after stabbing a woman over 80 times.
That's right. Our Sean Rice is here to take us back to 2019 when this crime happened. And Sean, this was a very public murder case.
About as public as a murder can happen. You're just right on the side of the highway, incredibly violent, bystanders trying to intervene. A tough day indeed here all throughout the valley. This was a day multiple travelers on the Loop 101 in Peoria, they no doubt will never forget. The date was March 22nd, 2019. It's the day that Fernando Acosta stabbed his girlfriend, Martha Thigh, dozens of times, as I mentioned, right on the side of the highway. He persisted doing this despite bystanders shooting a gun at him, even tackling him to the ground before he was arrested by DPS troopers. Let's take a video from that morning. It shows Acosta outside of his white sedan stabbing the victim. We've paused it so you don't see all that graphic nature of just how this happened. Martha Thigh was stabbed again and again for several minutes. She was a mom of 3 who was dating Acosta at the time. She was riding in the passenger seat of their car when this crash happened. Acosta was charged with first-degree murder, and prosecutors filed their intent to seek the death penalty in his case. The case then drug on for years through the COVID pandemic. Motions filed by both sides to continue a trial that, of course, never came. Then this week, the Maricopa County Attorney's Office took the death penalty completely off the table. They offered him a plea agreement that has Acosta pleading guilty to murder in exchange for life in prison without the possibility of parole. I spoke with a criminal defense attorney today who says this development is likely a bittersweet one for everyone involved.
When you hear that the defendant in this case accepted a plea agreement to life in prison, your first feeling is one of relief. Finally, this case is over with. But it's bittersweet as well because, this case has been going for 7 years with the idea that it was going to be a death penalty case. And, why is it not a death penalty case anymore? What happened?
When we asked Maricopa County Attorney Rachel Mitchell's office why they offered the plea deal in this death penalty case, we were told they could not comment on plea deals until after his sentencing happens. Acosta's sentencing date is scheduled for July 13th of this year. That sentencing date will come nearly 7.5 years after this crime was committed. Tram.
All right, Sean, thank you. Today, the man